Hi friends, I'm Kate, and this is your short and sweet middle splits stretch class. So we're going to get deep into our hips today, and just keep in mind that splits is a journey. It takes time and consistency, so we've got to practice. So come back to this class, maybe you save it. And you can also check out my many other splits classes I have in the description below. If you're looking for your middle splits or your side splits, there is something for you there. So whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to get deep into our muscles today, so we want to warm them up first with a strength building drill. We're going to enter into goddess or horse pose. Toes out, heels in, and sink down until you have 90 degrees with each knee or about that. Squeeze the glutes so your hips are in line with your knees. You're really opening up here. And so in order for us to be flexible, we have to be strong. So we're going to build the muscle a little bit in the beginning of this class, but we're also going to warm up this muscle so that we prevent injury. So we're going to find a lot of movement in this class. Let's inhale to standing, exhale lower. Inhale, stand, exhale lower. Inhale, exhale. In, out. In, squeeze the glutes, out. In, out. In, this one's different, out and hold. We'll take pulses, so pulse down, 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 down. Core is on, pelvic floor is engaged, Mula Bandha. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Maybe you feel it fiery in your legs already, that's great. We're gonna stay low now. Pop the right heel, lower. Pop the left heel, lower, right, lower, left, lower, and you knew I was going to do it. Let's do both. Hold, see if you could sink a little bit lower. Engage the core, engage the glutes. And lower the heel, stand up, and we'll come into downward dog. Planting the hands, stepping back, deep, pedal it out now. So really gripping through each finger and pressing the heel of each foot into the ground. And so maybe that means you pedal it out a little bit bigger today. And then inhale, look between your hands, slow steps, really feeling the back of your leg stretch as you walk up to the back of your mat. And then bring your left heel to the top of your right foot, straighten through the left leg, and bend the right leg. So we're coming into this kickstand here. Feel the back of your left leg stretching. Release the back of the neck. Really get into this. Maybe take some pulses, bringing your chest closer to your left knee. Beautiful. And switch it out, plant the left foot, bring the heel of the right foot up, straighten through the right, bend through the left. A little kickstand action. Maybe take pulses here. You'll find in a lot of our postures today, we're going to bring in movement to really find the 360 of our hips to deepen our middle splits. Static stretches can be great, as long as they're also accompanied by mobility and movement and exploration so that we could find new territory. So bring both big toes together, inhale to that long spine, and then step your right foot back in space. The back knee comes down. And we'll find 90 with the knees first. So we're kind of out of the lunge, and then sink our hips in, come out, sink them in, come out, sink in. Last one, come out, sink in. And really let your hips go forward and down. We're going to create space through our hips here by reaching our arms up. So creating space in between our hips and our ribs. So even though our hips are pressing down, the top of our body is pressing up. Beautiful. Bring your hands to the mat. Reach your left hand up and over. Reach to the left. Nice lateral stretch here. An inhale brings you to center, and exhale reaches your right hand over. So always inhaling through center, and then exhale, reach. Center, reach. Center, reach. Center, reach. Stay center this time, and we'll send our hips back in space, straighten through that front leg. Take pulses here for your first time, so maybe you come out and sink into your half splits. Come out, sink in, out, in, out, in, and then moving with our breath, we'll find some rounds. So inhale, rebend the leg, low lunge, shine the chest forward. Exhale, straighten, find a long spine, bring your navel to the ground, or that's the energy we're looking for. Inhale, rebend, shine the chest forward. Exhale, hips back, half splits. One more time. Inhale, rebend, shine the chest forward. Exhale, half splits. Nice. Inhale. Kick the back foot up towards your glutes. Really active here. See how far you can just kick it up. Feel the contraction in your leg and your glutes, and then reach your left hand back. Pull it in. Nice quad stretch. And then grab the foot, kick the foot back, open up through the chest. Beautiful. Release the foot with control. We're going to walk our left foot forward. So this is an extended lunge. So much more intense, but we're going to breathe through it, and you don't have to go so deep here. It's not often taught in traditional yoga classes, but it's really great to find new mobility in the left side of your hip. So see if you can make your face soft and easy. See if you could shine your chest forward. See if you could bring ease here. Nice. And walk your foot back, and we'll take it to the side of the mat, coming into lizard pose. And we can float our lizard out first. So tuck the back toe, bring the knee off, and find some mobility here. Just move around, play in this. Maybe you shift from side to side, or front and back, or you dip your hip and bring it up. Nice. And then lower all the way down, untuck the toe. Maybe you come onto your forearms. Maybe you stay on your hands, that's fine. Nice. One more breath here. And press in the hands, tuck the back foot, downward dog. Pedal it out. Nice. Come up on your tiptoes in downward dog and take little tiny steps to the top of the mat. Nice. Strengthening our legs at the same time. Lower the heel. Inhale to a half lift, a long spine. And then exhale your left foot back in space. Back knee meets the mat. And we'll warm up into this posture. So come out of it, then sink in, then come out almost like a 90-90 with your knees, then sink in, out, in, out, in. One more time, out, in, and then sink in and hold. Inhale your arms up in space, so energy coming through your fingertips. Lengthen the space between your rib cage and your hips. And then exhale your hands down. We'll take lateral stretches on this side. Inhale, reach your right arm up and over. That was an exhale. Inhale through center. Exhale, your left hand reaches up and over. And inhale brings you through center. Exhale, over. Inhale through center. Exhale, over. Center, over. Center, over. One more time. Center, over. center, over. And then we'll shift our hips back in space, half splits. Really press your heel into the ground here. And instead of crunching, trying to get our nose to the floor, have a really long spine and get your navel towards your thigh or towards the ground. So take pulses here, feel into it. Sides might be different, that's okay. Bring an awareness, bring a kindness, knowing that as we do these stretches, as we do these postures and breathe into them, we're creating more space. So inhale, rebend your leg, low lunge, shine the chest forward in space. Exhale, straighten the leg, half splits. Inhale, rebend, shine the chest forward. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, half splits. This one's different. Inhale, rebend. Bring your back foot up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the glutes and the hamstrings. Then reach your hand up and back. Your right hand grabs your back foot. Bring it close to your body. Nice quad stretch. And then grab the outside of the foot, kick it back, open through the chest. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Release with control. We're gonna walk our right foot forward so that our foot is past our knee, extended lunge. So this can be quite intense, so let's just breathe through it. Knowing that hands can be on blocks. Knowing that you can have less depth here by bringing your foot back. Let's do 3 more breaths. Beautiful. Bring your foot in and walk it to the outside of the mat. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and we'll find this floating lizard, and we'll find some playfulness here. So rock forward and back, rock side to side. Maybe you come out and straighten both legs, then sink in. Maybe you drop your knee to the floor and come to forearms. Come back up to hands if you're on forearms. We're going to come into a side lunge. So click your right foot in a little bit, and then we will send our hips up and over to the right. So try to keep both heels firmly on the floor, core is engaged, pelvic floor is engaged, and we'll shift to the left and to the right, just finding some playful movement. They just don't have to be your deepest. They just have to be creating more space. Allow them to be kind of playful. Maybe your arms get into it. Maybe you make them as fluid as like an ocean wave. Maybe you stay on one side for longer, working into one side that's maybe a little bit tighter than the other. Beautiful. And then we'll come back into our front lunge. Downward dog, press the hips up, and we'll take a seat in the middle of our mat. So stretch out the left foot long. The right foot is back behind you, bent. Inhale to a long spine, and then exhale, fold over your left leg. I like to point my toes back at my face. That brings the stretch down through the calf, through the Achilles tendon, the plantar fascia, which is the arches, the muscles in your arches, and the digital slips, which is a really cute name for your toe muscles. But all of that is great to have that extra love in it. Let's find pulses here. Pulse, 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 pulse. Just finding a little bit of depth. It doesn't have to be a big pulse, even just a little bit helps. And then we'll inhale, come up, and we'll switch it out. So right leg out long, left leg back behind. Inhale to that very long spine, and then fold. Try to flex the foot, bring that stretch all the way down the leg. And then we'll pulse, 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 pulse. Nice. You're doing great. Now inhale, come up. Pike pose out in front. I like to do this off my mat so I have a little bit more space. We'll bring our heels together so our legs are externally rotated and then open them up. Nice. So try to find this interior pelvic tilt where your hip bones are tipped up toward the sky. It's going to make you lean forward a little bit, which is going to be great because we're going to fall forward, fold forward with control, and we're going to take pulses here. So pulse, pulse, pulse. Doesn't matter how far down you are. Try to keep your face really nice and light and neutral. Keep your legs active so you're pressing into the floor with your heels. And then come up. And we're going to reach up and over with our right arm. Reach to the left. Come to center. Reach up and over to the right. To center. To the left. Center. To right. Center. To left. Center. To right. One more time, both sides. Center. To left. Center. To right. Beautiful. Now, you have the option here to come into a fold straddle and hold and activate through your legs. Or for my more advanced students or people who want to progress a little bit deeper and have a pretty deep middle splits already, then we are going to press into our hands, come up onto the full of our foot, and come into a supported straddle. So we're pretty low to the ground here. You can have blocks under your hands to give you more height. And we're pressing into our heels a lot. Our inner thighs are active, our legs are active. And we're just going to hold this for 5, 4, squeeze the glutes, 3, core is on, 2, 1, lower, and fold. We're going to do that one more time, so take a big inhale, and exhale. And then come up, roll up, or you might stay folded in your straddle. And we'll find our middle splits again, but it's supported and we're lifted up for 5, 4, 3. Let it bring joy. Let it be easy, not too hard. 2, and 1. And then fold forward. Just a few breaths here. Nice. Come on up. Be really easy coming out of this. Bend your legs. Bring them forward with a few steps. And then we'll turn onto our mat. Feel free to bring your back onto the mat or just come back onto your elbows, and we'll windshield wipers our legs. So our knees to one side, then the other side. You can also take child's pose with your hands back towards your feet. That's a really restorative pose for after our deep hip stretches. And again, come back to this class anytime you want to work towards your journey of splits. It takes time and consistency. You can also check out the playlist below where I have tons of splits classes to help you on your journey. Namaste and happy splitsing, my friends.